Donald Trump just wrapped up a disastrous press conference with some of his cabinet members and President Zelenskyy. This took place at the White House. Let me bring you the receipts and show you what happened. Donald Trump said that he was considering building a tunnel between Russia and Alaska. Donald Trump then asks President Zelenskyy, what do you think about that plan? And Zelenskyy says, well, I'm not happy with that. Here, play this clip.
Putin-Trump tunnel to connect Russia and Alaska. Are you interested?
I just heard about it. A tunnel from Russia to Alaska. I just heard about that one. That's an interesting one. We'll have to think about that. I hadn't heard that. We just did a nice road in Alaska that's going to get us to a lot of minerals, and we have a piece of it, a good piece of the ownership because of the fact we made it possible. But this came up yesterday, a tunnel from Russia to Alaska. That's an interesting. What do you think of that, Mr. President? Do you have any ideas? How do you like that idea?
I'm not happy with this.
I don't think you're going to like it. I don't think he liked it. I don't think he liked it.
President Trump, do you think that
Again, how utterly disrespectful. Then a Ukrainian reporter asked Donald Trump, have you considered providing Ukraine with Tomahawk or similar missiles? Isn't that what you were supposed to do this week before you spoke to Putin earlier? And then Donald Trump kind of yells at the reporter and says, well, did he tell you to say that? Is that what Zelenskyy told you to say? Here, play this clip.
It continues using similar cruise missiles like Caliber and
Who are you with? Who are you with? You Ukraine?
Yeah. But Russia continue even using the cruise missiles and also nuclear-capable ballistic missiles in Ukraine since 2022. So do you consider providing Ukraine with the Tomahawk or similar missiles as an opportunity to equalize the possibilities of Ukraine and Russia and push Moscow to the negotiation?
Yeah, sure. We're going to be talking about that. That's why we're here. Okay? Fair question. Exactly as he told you to say it. But we're going to be talking about it. Okay? Yeah, please.
Next, Peter Doocy from Fox asked Donald Trump, who do you think is doing a better job negotiating, Zelenskyy or Putin? And then Donald Trump says they're both doing great jobs. Putin and Zelenskyy are both doing great jobs negotiating. What the hell are you talking about? Putin invaded Ukraine, you moron. Here, play this clip.
Sir, President Trump, you are the middleman right now, hoping to end this conflict. Who is doing a better job negotiating, President Zelenskyy or President Putin?
I think they're both doing a great job in that sense. We have to get it done. We've got to take some of the hatred of each other. You know, they don't like each other. I say that in front of President Zelenskyy, but I say it in front of President Putin too. They have tremendous bad blood. It's really is what is holding up, I think, a settlement. I think we're going to get it done, and we have to make it long lasting. As I said in the Middle East, everlasting, right? Everlasting.
And again, this was going to be a week where Donald Trump said he would impose sanctions on Russia and provide these missiles to Ukraine. Then Putin called Donald Trump, and then Putin sent some of his emissaries into the United States or to discuss with the United States doing trade deals. And then Donald Trump said, no, I'm not going to do sanctions, and I'm not going to provide Ukraine with the weapons that they need. Then Donald Trump makes this very demeaning statement to President Zelenskyy and says, I think you're wearing a beautiful jacket. Look at his beautiful jacket, everybody, because Donald Trump doesn't allow Zelenskyy to wear the clothes that Zelenskyy normally wears. So this is Donald Trump's way of like demeaning Zelenskyy in front of the world. Here, play this clip.
After with details where we are. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very good. And I think he looks beautiful in his jacket.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I hope people notice. It's actually very stylish. I like it.
A reporter then asked Donald Trump, are you concerned at all that Putin's just trying to buy more time from you and that you're being played? And then Donald Trump's like, I've been played my whole life by the best of them. They've tried to play me. And I think that Putin really wants to make a deal here. Here, play this clip.
Yeah, please.
On your meeting with Putin, aren't you concerned that maybe the Russian president is trying to buy himself more time?
Yeah, I am. But, you know, I've been played all my life by the best of them. And I came out really well. So it's possible. Yeah, a little time. It's all right. But I think that I'm pretty good at this stuff. I think that he wants to make a deal. I made 8 of them. I'm going to make a 9th. I think he wants to make a deal.
You said you were going to end this on day one. You said that you were going to end the war in 24 hours. You are a liar. Then Donald Trump goes on this rant that Putin should have won the war. You mean the invasion of Ukraine in a week. But then Donald Trump says that I'm the reason I saved Ukraine because I gave them the Javelin missiles. So I'm the savior, not Obama, not Biden. Me. I did it. Again, it's so embarrassing to watch this on the world stage or just watch it in general. Here, play this clip.
Well, I think that he should have won the war in a week. Yeah, I do think. And if we didn't give the anti-tank missiles, as you know, the javelins they call them, they got stuck in the mud. They would have been in Kiev very quickly. They were heading to Kiev. So, in war you have a lot of luck too. Weather has won war, and the cold and the heat and all things take place in war. But that was a very interesting moment when the tanks started rolling and some brilliant general said, let's go through the mud instead of going down the highway, right? So they got a little bit lucky. But you know where they really got lucky? I gave javelins. That wasn't given by Barack Hussein Obama. He gave them sheets. There's a statement. Obama gave them sheets and I gave them the javelins. And the javelins are a devastating weapon. And that wasn't given by Obama. That was given by, because at the time it was Obama. That was given by me. So it was like one of those things. And you had hundreds of them. They're a devastating weapon. We have a lot of devastating weapons. I'd rather not use them. But that was a big moment. When the tanks got stuck, they got stuck. And call it luck or call it talent. I'm not sure what you'd call it, but it was a big moment in time.
Do you think Democrats will give you credit? Do you think Democrats will give you credit when you finally end this?
Then Donald Trump is asked a question about the Venezuelan leader Maduro. And the question is, we've heard Maduro has offered you everything you wanted. So are you going to make a deal there? And then Donald Trump says, yeah, you know why? He doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. And Trump curses. I don't know. Does he think this looks tough? By cursing like this? Yeah, he doesn't want to fuck around. Can you act like a freaking president, please? Can you behave like a grown-up and stop this cosplay stolen valor crap? Here, play this clip.
Things are happening around the world, I'll say that.
Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States.
You ever step outside and feel like you're instantly drenched in sweat? It's like no matter what you do, it doesn't stop. Now, I know with this heat, that's basically me every day. Now, if you've been struggling with the heat and humidity like I have great news. Mando has just launched something that takes sweat control to the next level. Introducing the Mando Deodorant Plus Sweat Control Solid Stick. It's double protection. And finally, you get the odor control that you love with Mando, plus powerful sweat control. And don't wait. Grab yours right now at shopmando.com and experience the double protection of Mando Deodorant Plus Sweat Control. Now, what I love about Mando is that it actually works. One swipe and you're good to go. This isn't your typical deodorant. It's clinical strength, 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard. It controls both sweat and odor for 72 hours. And after just 12 hours, underarm sweat was reduced by 92%. This stuff works. Also, it doesn't just mask odor, it prevents it. 100% of a study participants experience all-day odor protection. And unlike other deodorants loaded with chemicals, Mando uses only premium ingredients like gentle mandelic acid to keep you fresh and dry. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. Now, as a special offer for listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code MIDAS at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness.
Then Donald Trump wants to take credit for, he goes, I've saved tens of millions of lives. The leader of Pakistan told me I've saved tens of millions of lives. I've stopped 9 wars. 9 wars I've stopped. So ridiculous. Here, play this clip.
So to the best of my knowledge, we've never had a president that solved one war. Not one war. Bush started a war. A lot of them start wars, but they don't solve the wars. They don't settle them. And especially when they have nothing to do with us. I saw almost, I guess, just about all of these wars had nothing to do with us. But I saved tens of millions of lives. The Prime Minister of Pakistan said, I saved millions of lives in interceding on Pakistan. And you look at Pakistan and India as an example. That would have been a bad one, 2 nuclear nations, right? So,
and by the way, the Pakistani leader is telling you that because that's not what happened. They've invested money in your family's crypto portfolio. And meanwhile, you've alienated America's strong relationship with India and Modi, who's now allied with China. Great work there, Donald. Great work there, Donald. And then Donald Trump continues to talk about the Nobel Peace Prize. And he says, I don't even know the woman who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Here, play this clip.
We resolved 8 others. It's funny how people say that. If you get this one, every time I do one, they forget about that one. I solved 8 wars. Go to Rwanda and the Congo. Talk about India and Pakistan. Look at Thailand. Look at all of the wars that we solved. And every time I solve one, they say, if you solve the next one, you're going to get the Nobel Prize. I didn't get a Nobel Prize. Somebody got it who's a very nice woman. Very nice. I don't know who she is, but she was very generous.
Then during this meeting, he attacks Democrats and says they are really mentally damaged. They want to destroy our healthcare system. Okay, Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, which is popular, Medicaid, Medicare, you're the one destroying those programs. Like, what is your plan? Is your plan posting AI videos of alien technology from outer space that cures people's cancers on something called the MedBed? Is it lying and saying that American pharmaceutical prices will go down negative 1,600%? That's your plan, just to commit fraud every single damn day versus actually coming up with a plan because you're an idiot? Here, play this clip.
When you finally end this war, like they did with the war in the Middle East. And
I think right now the Democrats are really damaged, mentally damaged. They want to take 1.5 trillion with a T, $1 trillion and give it to people that invaded our country. They came into our country illegally from prisons, from mental institutions, gang members. They want to give them health care and take it away from our citizens. We're not going to do that. $1.5 trillion. They want to destroy our healthcare system. We're not going to let that happen.
Then Donald Trump goes on. I mean, he's clearly a I mean, just look at him. Like, he's like, this is stupid behavior. And, you know, shame on our country for electing this guy. This guy's an idiot. And as you watch him, he's like, we're not stupid anymore. We were stupid. We're not stupid. This press conference is demonstrative of sheer lunacy and stupidity. Here, play this clip.
They just didn't know. They didn't understand what was happening to them. But I understood it. I understood it long before I ran for politics. I used to watch in amazement at how stupid our country was, how stupid they were. And we're not stupid anymore.
Then Donald Trump praises his friend Viktor Orban, Putin's puppet, in front of Zelenskyy, when Orban has been a major problem for Zelenskyy and someone who's really been harming the European Union from within. Let's play it.
Mr. President. President Zelenskyy joined you in Hungary to meet President Putin.
Because it's a leader that we like. We like Viktor Orban. He likes him. I like him. It's a country that's a safe country. Done a very good job. He's been a very good leader in the sense of running his country. He doesn't have a lot of the problems that other countries have. And so we've decided that we'll be going to be with Viktor Orban, and I think he'll be a very good host.
President Trump.
Then you got this question from Lindell TV. Yep. Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, has a TV channel apparently, and his hosts get preferential treatment in the White House. So this Lindell propagandist tries to like attack Zelenskyy. And then she's like, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President. Then she's like, the president has stuck his neck out for you, Zelenskyy. He saved you. What are you going to do? Are you going to withdraw from NATO? Zelenskyy, to his credit, handles it calmly and professionally, despite this being an idiotic question. Here, play this clip.
President Trump, Kara Castronova from Lindell TV. And although I love asking you questions, today my question is for President Zelenskyy of Ukraine.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Our President Zelenskyy, President Trump, just brokered a peace deal in the Middle East that all Americans, both sides of the aisle, are very proud of. But to meet that deal, both sides had to make concessions. Our president has stuck out his neck in many ways to make a peace deal for your war as well. What specific concessions are you willing to make to end this war with Russia? Will you give up joining NATO? Americans have foreign war fatigue, and our president, as he said, we need our tomahawks too.
To me?
Yes, you, President
Okay.
Zelenskyy.
Thank you
What
very much.
concessions will you
That's some question.
So many questions in one. Thank you very much for your question. First of all, I think we need to sit and speak. The second point, we need ceasefire. Even now, you see in the Middle East, it's very difficult to hold ceasefire. Everywhere, in every war, it's very difficult. We want peace. Putin doesn't want. That's why we need pressure on him. We will speak with President today what we need. We understand what we need to push Putin to negotiation table. And as I said previously, so we are ready to speak in any kind of format, bilateral, trilateral, doesn't matter. Matter just peace. This is important. And we don't speak about NATO or NATO. For Ukrainians, it's very important. Of course, it's our decisions of allies to decide where we are.
But are you willing to give
Yes,
up
but
joining
the
NATO?
most important thing for people in Ukraine, which are under each day's attacks, to have really strong security guarantees. NATO is the best, but weapon is very important. Allies on our side is very important. And between us, for us, bilateral security guarantees between me and President Trump is very important. I don't know, we didn't speak with details about it, but this is the most important document because United States is very strong.
Then Peter Ducey from Fox asks Zelenskyy a question. What do you see as the biggest difference in diplomacy between Trump and Biden? You'll see Zelenskyy answers the question, again, professionally, because Biden was the president for those 4 years. Trump's the president now. Biden can't end the war because he's no longer the president. Like reading between the lines at what Zelenskyy says is very smart. But Trump's president, so he's the one who can end it now. So do you want to end it? And then Trump, of course, because he's an immature little baby, petulant baby, no offense to immature, petulant babies, Trump goes, one is extremely competent and one's grossly incompetent. Here, play this clip.
President Zelenskyy, right behind you. When we were in Israel with President Trump earlier in the week, we heard a lot about the difference in diplomacy between President Trump and President Joe Biden before him. What do you see as the biggest difference in diplomacy between President Trump and President Biden?
President Trump has a big chance now to finish this war. President Biden now is not the president, so he doesn't have a chance to finish this war. And President Trump is really showed for the world that he can manage ceasefire in the Middle East. And that's why I hope that he will do this. And we will also have such big success. For Ukraine, it's a big chance. And I hope that President Trump can manage it.
I would say the biggest difference is one is extremely competent and the other one is grossly incompetent.
Mr. President.
And then Donald Trump claims that we're getting paid for the ammunition and missiles and everything else we are sending to the European Union. You mean to NATO. Here, play this clip.
Money, we're getting paid for the, ammunition and missiles and everything else that we're sending to the European Union, but to NATO. But it's very similar. If you look at the countries, it's very similar. And
now, after this press conference, the White House press secretary and communications director was asked, Does the United States plan to meet with Putin in Hungary? And when a reporter asked where the plan came from to potentially meet in Hungary with Viktor Orban, the White House responded. This is a real response to the reporter's question. Your mama did. And then the White House communications director, Stephen Chung, said, your mom. And then Caroline Levitt said, your mom gave me the plans. As this account says, the government of the United States of America currently speaks in the voice of two morons who don't know how to form a your mom joke. And meanwhile, the first video clip I showed you at the outset of this is a real thing that's being proposed by Russia as part of their plan to stop Donald Trump from issuing sanctions and for Trump to turn against Ukraine. The Kremlin envoy proposed that the Putin-Trump tunnel, they'd call it, link Russia and the U.S. Russia and the United States should build a Putin-Trump rail tunnel under the Bering Strait to link the countries, a Kremlin envoy suggested. The proposal by Dmitriev, Putin's investment envoy and head of Russia's sovereign wealth fund, talks about a joint construction of this $8 billion funded by Moscow and international partners to link the United States and Russia together. And Dmitriev has been meeting with Anna Paulina Luna and speaking with Republican Congress members to talk about widespread trade between the U.S. and Russia as opposed to sanctions against Russia. There you have it, folks. That was what went down in the White House today. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.